Welcome to Hampton, Virginia, home of Langley Speedway. A 0.4-mile battleground where only the toughest survive. Every lap is a fight. Every pass is a statement. And with the checker flag waves, only one be crowned the winner. Who will survive the bumping, the grinding, and the door-to-door action? And who will become the first winner of the Sunbelt Rentals Cup Series? Get ready for short track chaos. Live tonight on Nap Daddy Racing TV. It's the Clash at Langley. This isn't just any race. This is short track racing.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome for the very first time to the Sunbelt Rentals Cup Series. Here, live on Nap Daddy Racing, we have the Clash at Langley here tonight for the Sunbelt Rentals Cup Series, and we are excited to be bringing it to you tonight. My name is Hunter Foley. I've got my broadcast partner, Jonathan Smith, up here in the booth with me, but we could not be more proud and more happy to be bringing you this race tonight. It's sure to be a very exciting season over here in the Sunbelt Rentals Cup Series. Every night, or every week, will be broadcasted here live Monday nights, and it is sure to be a doozy. We just got our first race here tonight where they're going to be running their Clash here at Larry King Law's Langley Speedway out of Hampton, Virginia. So sure to be a good one. Very exciting, very unique track here at Langley. So let me kick it over to my partner, John Smith, so that we can get a little bit more detail and kind of talk about what we're doing here.
Yeah, man, I'm excited to get started on this league here. It's going to be a good one. These guys are ready to go here at some short track racing at Langley. I've never raced the Cup cars at Langley before. I'm sure it's going to be a challenge getting in and out of these corners and sliding through out of turn 2 and out of turn 4. Very interested to see what happens. But Langley's actually pretty close to where I lived for a while, or I got some family out there in Hampton, Virginia, so they've been out there quite a few times. I actually got my mother-in-law is actually on one of the billboards out there on the back stretch of the track as a sponsor, so that's pretty cool too.
An interesting fact.
Yeah, a little fun fact about Langley and Larry King. But yeah, this is a pretty flat track, about 0.4 miles all the way around, pretty slick coming out of the corners, and you really got to get down on the brake pedal getting into the corners as well. So expect to see some bumping and grinding here tonight, some pushing their way to the front. We do have a few heat races for you coming up, just following up qualifying here. It looks like Tyler Justice is going to be your pole winner for tonight. Going to do some heat races, and then we'll get to a feature of 100 laps and see who's going to be our first winner of the Clash.
And it's just setting it up for a really exciting season here. Langley is definitely going to be one of the more unique tracks you're going to see these guys out here on. One of the flattest tracks, actually, on like kind of the eastern coast. Only 6 degrees of turns, 6 degrees of bank in those corners, and only 2 degrees on those straightaways. Some other fun facts about Langley as well. One of the things it's kind of most famous for is that Denny Hamlin got his big start here. He was the 1997 mini stock champ out here at Langley. And then the track also hosts 12 divisions normally that you can catch on their Saturday night program. Late models, modifieds, Virginia racers, legends, things like that. And then they also do a Wednesday night series where as long as you have a car that drives and a helmet, you can get out there on the track.
Sounds like my kind of party.
Sounds like my kind of party too, man. I think Langley might be on my need to visit list at this point, but either way, we're very excited to be bringing you this broadcast. Again, my name is Hunter. Alongside me, I got John. We make up Nap Daddy Racing. Nap Daddy Racing is where you can go check out our website, napdaddyracing.com, and get all of your design and template needs for your iRacing experience. As long as some camera angles. We have merch as well. There's shirts on the website right now, as well as some hats that'll be coming up soon. So we try to be your one-stop shop for the things that make your car look good and make your iRacing look good while you're going around the track. So If you could do us a favor and throw us a like, throw us a subscribe, we would sure appreciate it. We are also on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, and you can check us out on all those. All of those are going to be Nap Daddy Racing, and we are excited to get to know everybody. If you're in here, make sure you jump in the comments. We want to be reading the comments as we're going on here. Tell us who you're rooting for. Tell us what you're excited for, and we're excited to be with you every Monday night here.
Yeah, these guys are gridding up here for this first heat race. I'm gonna go ahead and try to throw up who we got starting where. Starting in first place, you're gonna have Tyler Justice grabbing that pole position. Coming around second, it's gonna be Garrett Fox. Starting in third, the number 13 car is Simon Grills. Fourth place is gonna be Cody Bullock. Fifth place, James Fox the second. Sixth place is gonna be Jay Balt. Seventh place is gonna be Craig Knoll. Starting in eighth, Brandon Trush. Starting in ninth, Craig Bontrager, and I'm hoping I said that right. And then 10th place right now, who's about to grid up soon, I believe, is Colin Dickey. And that's going to be your 10 drivers starting this heat race here tonight. Looks like Bontrager and Dickey did not take a time for qualifying, so they will be starting in the back. But pretty tight around that top three there. I mean, within about 100th of a second. Then fourth place, only 2/10 behind. 2/10 behind in fifth. So, I mean, I'm expecting some tight racing here. As we get the pace car rolling here.
Definitely sure to be a interesting race. I'm excited to see this. This is actually going to be my first experience seeing some racing go on at Langley. And I know we got a little bit of a smaller turnout tonight for the Clash, but there's just quite a few more drivers that are going to be in this thing. And so the season's only sure to get bigger as we go on. So it's going to be very, very exciting to see how this shapes out, start getting to know these drivers, learn how they like to run it. I'm excited, man.
Yeah, I am too. What I'm not excited about is the trading paint issues that's been going on apparently all day today. I know you're looking at these cars here and they look kind of just very basic, but I believe trading paints is having some issues across the board. I know you talked to me earlier before the race started that yours was not working. Mine is also not working, so it's not pulling up these drivers' paint schemes. And for you guys that know Nap Daddy Racing, you guys know we're big on paint schemes. So kind of disappointing for us here, but we are about to go green.
And let's get them going. We've already got a spin out here. The number 58 there, James Fox.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to just be a single car spin there. But he's going to get back on the track. Tyler Justice is going to remain in first place, followed closely behind Garrett Fox. Simon Grill right on the tails in that 13 car. 85 is getting a little push, getting a little aggressive. There's only 9 laps, so you got to make your move very quickly here.
You do, especially on such a short track. You have a little bit more experience behind the wheel than I do, but what are you going to be expecting on a track like this? 0.4 miles, very low banking. So what's that kind of going to drive like, at least in your head?
Man, this is going to be a track that you're going to slide it in using your brakes and slide it out using your gas. So it's going to be a lot of driving with your feet here. As we just saw Garrett Fox go around, we're going to cut to a replay really quick for you just to grab that.
Because this is a Clash, we are running shortened cautions here, so not going to be too much downtime, and it is only 10 laps at the end of the day. So get right back to the action.
As we cut right back here, we're going to see what happened with Garrett Fox really quick. Looks like this happened coming right into turn 1. Gets a little loose off of 4. puts him in the wall. Hopefully not too much damage. I know these drivers do have a fast repair tonight, so hopefully he's going to utilize that and stay out there.
Should be able to get right back out there. It looks like he's back out there and remaining on the lead lap.
And I believe the lights on the pace car are off, which means we are about to go back green flag racing here.
They are. Let's get them back going. Here we go. Big checkup down there on the bottom. Good driving out of the 8 and the 10 car there. Oh, and the 10's around.
That's one car around. Trying to find the other. That's the 23 of Brandon Trush and Jay Vault in that 10 car that spun there. They're both going to get them back straight and head back on. Looks like green flag is still out. Tyler Justice is still going to be in the lead for you here. Looking pretty fast and pretty dominant through this first part of this race.
Yeah, he's really fast. You can tell this is a guy that's been out here and run this track before.
So we cut back to some of our other drivers. We have Craig Bontrager, who is up 6 spots for the night. Looks like he started P9, pushing his way through the front. Looking down at the 58 there, looks like a little slow through the corner. He's going to be a lap down right now.
Oh, he just brought it back up onto the track, and that is our first heat over. Tyler Justice bringing it home in first place, followed by Simon Grills in second. Craig Bontrager in third, Cody Bullock in fourth, and they are wrecking on the backstretch. Garrett Fox fifth, Craig Knoll sixth, Jay Vaught seventh, Brandon Trush eighth, Chase Fox finishing a lap down in ninth, and Colin Dickey in 10th position.
And congrats to Tyler Justice picking up that first heat win. It's not the feature that he's wanting right now, but we're going to jump right into the feature race for this. He's going to start in front. And hey, a win's a win, man. Any way you can pick up the checkered.
You gotta get that first checkered before you can get your next one. Who cares if it's a heat?
It's more than I win, so I would take it all day long. While we are sitting here, though, I do want to bring up our sponsor for this series, Sunbelt Rentals. Thank you to Sunbelt Rentals for sponsoring the series here for this I think 22 race series, all in the cup cars. Going to be some open setup racing, going to be fun, pretty fast racing, and I've looked at the schedule and there's some good tracks coming up, so I'm very excited about all that.
There is some good tracks coming up. I'm really excited about this schedule they got coming up, and huge shout out to Sunbelt Rentals. I've worked in the construction industry myself for the past 4 years, and Sunbelt Rentals always a company that carries themselves with a ton of class. They're very professional. They know what they're doing. Equipment, tool rentals, and anything you can imagine. They can, anything from you just need a ditch witch to try to get the yard a little cleaned up, all the way up to heavy industrial construction projects. Sunbelt Rentals has you covered. I've had to deal with them multiple times, and they've always been absolute champions. They have locations all over the country. I think I have 3 Sunbelt Rentals within like 20 miles of where I live. So huge presence in Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia. So huge shout out to them for stepping up and sponsoring this new league.
I thought we were going to go green there. I can't see the yellow lights on top of the car. But next time around, we will be going green, I believe. Tyler Justice going to be on your pole. Simon Grills in second place, followed by Craig Bontrager, who moved up 6 spots in that last heat there. Cody Bullock behind him. Garrett Fox, Craig Nolan 6th, Jay Vault 7th, Brandon Trush 8th, and James Fox the 2nd, who had a little bit of bad luck in that first heat in 9th, looking to redeem himself, push his way to the front.
Call me crazy, but whenever I see someone that's the second, I just think that's super cool. And they are back green, 100 laps here at Langley. Let's see what these boys can put down. They're racing hard on that bottom line there already.
Tyler Justice with a really good jump. It's going to be interesting to see this middle line where you see the 13 of the 8. What was the 8 gets banged into? That's Cody Bullock.
All up into the wall.
I cannot see. I believe it was Jay Vault who he got into. Caution flag is out.
I think that was the 10 that went around there.
Yeah, that is the 10 of J Vault, who got spun around there. Kind of bumped into Cody Bullock.
I said it was a big save out of Cody there. He was loose trying to get into that entry. And these guys are going to be running on, I believe it's 65% fuel tonight. I am not 100% sure on what the tire situation is going to look like when these guys are going to be needing to come down pit road or anything like that. I know everyone's going to be probably trying out a lot of different strategies here in the class race. It's a good opportunity to kind of get your feet wet, learn who you're driving with, and see what you're able to do. Going over here and checking out the chat really quick. We do have our first comment out here. Nathan Fox saying, hello, everyone. Go number 49.
I'm assuming Nathan Fox may have some relation to one of the two Foxes in the league here, Garrett Fox or James Fox II, if I had to take a wild guess on that one.
I would say that's a pretty safe wild guess.
Yeah, I mean, I've never raced here in the Cup cars. I can imagine it's pretty tough. I've raced here a lot in the late models, a lot in the legends. There's a lot of little tricks and strategies you can do in a late model. I'm not sure how well it would translate over to a Cup car, but that yellow little strip on there can kind of help you rotate the car.
Yeah.
Just a little bit more. If you try to ride that corner, you might see some people die below, just a little bit below that apron to straighten out their drive out. As the pace car is off, we're about to go green here. Tyler Justice with another good jump on that inside line. 35 of Craig Bontrager on the outside. Garrett Fox making his way through.
Nathan Fox did correct and say 35. He is out here pulling for Craig Bontrager.
Good guess, but nope, says Nathan Fox. Wow. That's just bad luck on me then.
That's called making an educated assumption and then turning out it was the wrong one. You know what they say about assumptions, John?
I've heard this. I've heard the story before.
We're trying to maintain a PG stream out here, so we'll save everyone that one.
I'm looking here at Cody Bullock, who is pushing right up on Garrett Fox. He's trying to find just a small opening that he can dive below. Don't want to dive bomb. It's too early to try to make some crazy moves like that, but he's just looking for any slip up out of Garrett Fox that he can get around him.
Yeah, and he's doing such a good job right now of immediately closing that low side right back down. Because that's where these guys, you can tell, that's where they're going to be trying to do their passing. It's going to be trying to get that nose right under the car, going into entry, being able to get some speed, carrying it back out, try to make your pass out on the front stretch. But
And it looks like
doing a great job there.
63 of Craig Knoll got sideways there, but it's going to be single car, no caution. The boys are still racing. I enjoy that a lot. I do not like it when people are too loose with the caution flags. I appreciate good racing and people just driving it out.
Let the boys play.
Let the boys play, man. I believe that's going to be Craig Knoll going on pit road right there under your leader, Tyler Justice, who has just been dominant.
Big check up there. It's like Cody Bullock checked up just a little bit there on the low side. He's got the 58 of James Fox and 13 of Simon Grills right on his tail there. Don't know if maybe he wanted to go down pit road there or if he was just trying to get more in line. Maybe got a little bit loose there, but now we have a good bit of separation between Tyler Justice and Garrett Fox, 1 and 2. Got about 2 seconds to get back to Cody now, who is in third place.
And Tyler Justice is just kind of running away. I'm looking at this line he's running too. I'm not sure if he's trying to do this, but it looks like he's trying to start just a little higher and then dive out. More like a diamond shape almost. You see he's about half a lane up. Maybe something to try to help his run out. Maybe his car's getting a little too tight. Could just be trying different things. Either way, it's working for him very well.
He's continuing to pull away here. That gap just keeps getting bigger. He's now up to 1.3 up on Garrett Fox. 1.7 up on Cody. Cody's gained back a little bit of time here, but it almost seems like, and you can feel free to correct me if I'm wrong here, it seems like Tyler's running a line that would be very similar to what you would be trying to run at like a Martinsville, where you don't really hug the one side or the other. You really got to make sure you diamond it back out.
That's Craig Knoll staying out of the way there. Yeah, I really think the strategy here and I could be completely wrong to this, but you want to try to straighten out your exit as much as possible because you're going to be loose off that back right tire as you're pushing out and hitting the gas. When I say driving with your feet, these guys have what's called brake bias, so they're going to turn it down a little bit to help the car rotate more in the corner under braking. But also, if they push the gas a little bit more, they're going to spin the back end coming out to make some rotation happen.
Yeah, don't think that because this track has low banking that's going to make things any easier, especially here in the Cup cars. These things are a lot faster and have a lot more horsepower than what would normally be running here at Langley. So it's super easy. Just get into the gas a little bit too early, trying to maybe diamond it out just a little bit too hard, and your whole back end's going to go out and you're going to win the John Deere award.
Yeah. Not a lot of grass here to be winning that John Deere award, but if you do get it here tonight, then you deserve it.
It's a special level of unfortunate talent.
For those who are fans of the Nap Daddy stream, we have been working on trying to obtain a sponsorship with John Deere.
If anyone can put in a good word with John Deere for us, or even if you can help us get some licensing to John Deere Green, we would appreciate it. Joe Diffie, we love you.
And it looks like my whole iRacing just kind of had a little session there on its own. It actually showed that every driver on the track crashed at one time.
And that did not happen.
I apologize about that. We do have somebody around there. It's James Fox, who's kind of on the low side on the front stretch.
Yellow flag is coming out.
Keep in mind that yellow flags tonight are thrown by a race control. All the yellow flags are thrown by race control. Sometimes a good thing, sometimes race control does not see everything immediately. I personally prefer a race control yellow flag because, like I said, I'm not a big caution guy. I want to run as many laps as I can, let the car really settle into itself. I don't want it to be influenced by anything else. So I'm already liking this league a lot for their use of caution flags and lack thereof. I like to see green flag racing.
Yeah, these guys are doing a good job, and they're racing super clean, too. So this is really fun to watch so far. Going over here, we are on lap 23 of 100 here. Over into the chat, we got Kenny Grant saying, what's up, and hope y'all had a good weekend. I did have a good weekend. Thank you, Kenny. Kenny is a longtime friend of the Nap Daddy Racing brand. Been in our TikTok streams, which you can catch over Nap Daddy Racing on TikTok. Usually going to be over there on Tuesday nights and Thursday nights, but sometimes we just like to show up and hang out. So if you enjoy what we are doing over here on this broadcast, if you enjoy what we're doing, if you enjoy the website, whatever the case may be sure you go and give us a follow on the socials, Instagram, Facebook, here on YouTube. Make sure that you like and subscribe. Make sure that you give a big shout out and throw a follow to any of these Sunbelt Rentals Cup Series boys as well. These guys are very, very talented, and I think this league is really going to go places.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with the way Tyler Justice is really pulling it off here. I mean, just being so dominant throughout the whole thing. I wonder if Cody Bullock or Garrett Fox is kind of saving something in the tank for a later run. But so far, Tyler Justice has been showing up and showing out.
And not even really leaving a whole lot of room for improvement. Like, I'm going back and kind of looking at some of his previous laps, and as far as I can tell, man, it's pretty flawless. So good on him for running a super clean race. Let's see if any of these other boys got anything in the tank for him. Kenny Grant said he's working on getting his live TikTok going today. Make sure that if y'all are on TikTok, you go through Kenny Grant a follow. Really, really good guy, really good supporter. Not only of us, but of a lot of other people in the iRace community. Good one to have on your side.
Kenny Grant was our springboard to get where we are today. As we go back green here, Tyler Justice, another good jump. Going to stick to the inside, guard it pretty well. Garrett Fox trying to cross him up on his bumper. He might get it here.
Point 3 car there. Brandon Trush got shuffled back a little bit there in the restart. Looked like he's almost going to be headed for the back of the pack and wait to try to catch his way back up here. Oh, and then someone's around.
That's Jay Vault who's spinning around. He's going to keep it straight. Green flag staying out.
Looks like he just might have touched the wall with his back end there. Shouldn't have too much damage.
Look, if Garrett Fox gets on the inside, he can push him up to the outside. He can make his move here.
And he's going to get it done.
That's going to be your new leader, Garrett Fox, for the first time this race.
Oh, and we got to spin it again.
That's going to be the 13 of Simon Grills, who was up in, I believe, third place earlier.
Yep. Looks like he just went around. Didn't look like he hit anything. Car should still be good to go, but he's got a lot of ground to make up now.
Yeah, and Garrett Fox is happy to see that. Got to that inside, did exactly what he needed to do, found his hole, and as long as he protects that inside, he should be pretty good. It's going to be pretty hard to pass here on the outside unless you're just way off or get loose. But as you can see, Tyler Justice trying to throw it in there. So we're on lap 32
earlier. Look, we were just talking about it earlier, too. Oh, little slide there out of the 8 of Cody Bullock. Looking like he might lose that position there to Craig Bontrager. We were talking about it earlier. You know, these guys aren't really hitting anything. You know, it's just if you're a little too quick on the entry, get too fast into the gas, and you're trusting that the tires are going to stick, especially as we're getting a little bit later into this run here. Even though it's flat, it can still throw your back end out. And we haven't, the last 2 cars to go around, they haven't been touched by anybody. It's just getting a little slipping and sliding out there.
Yeah, and you also got to think about track dynamics. This is going to be a later race in the evening, so this track's going to start cooling down a lot. As the track cools down, your grip's going to change a little bit. Your horsepower is going to change just a little bit as that humidity starts increasing in a little as the night goes on. So a lot of things to really look out for. If anybody reads Pascal's, it is 3482328, whatever that means. But I'm not sure why that shows that like that, but
Pascal's how you measure the temperature of a gas?
I believe so.
I got a C in high school biology.
Just heard somebody get to the wall there. Bontrager gets a little loose coming around.
Oh, and he's in the middle of the track. See if he can get it back going. Looks like he did. He's trying to get back up. Oh, that was a close call.
Simon Groves is going to get around him there too. I really hope it's Craig Bontrager because now that I say it, it rolls off the tongue super well. So
it really does. That's a cool last name.
Yeah, I just want to stick with that.
Checking back over here on our leaders, we got Garrett Fox still leading this thing. He does have, I believe that's going to be Jay Vaught right in front of him. Trying to make sure that he keeps on the lead lap. See if Garrett's able to get around him because Tyler Justice is still hot on his heels. And then you got Cody Bullock here that's been making up time the last 3 laps.
Yeah, I'm looking back here at Garrett Fox's entry coming into turn 1 and 2 compared to some other drivers, taking it very high and cutting down. But oh, looks like Tyler Justice is going to stick his nose in.
Got his nose in there. It's exactly what we were talking about earlier. That's exactly what you got to be looking for here at this track. Oh, little bit of contact there.
That's what we're here to see.
That's exactly what you have to be doing to try to make the pass here. Cody Bullock is using this chance, the opportunity to gain a ton of time. He's right back there on their bumpers. Looking like Tyler's going to be able to make the pass here.
And cuts down wisely right in front of Bullock, too, to cut off that run he has there. I believe that was James Fox down on the low side.
It was. Checking in our chat really quick. We got Kenny Grant saying, y'all are too nice. You guys doing all the hard work. I'm just here. Well, having the support of people like yourself is what makes us want to keep doing it, man. It feels really good to be able to get on here and hang out and be able to broadcast these races, show off some new talent, and be able to have people that enjoy it and want to come hang out with us and enjoy the good driving. And we got Nathan Fox also saying that is the correct pronunciation for Craig Bontrager.
Thank God. I did not want to change that up now because I was just like, that's starting to sound really good.
It is. And we can acknowledge myself and John are both a couple of country bumpkins. We know that we're not always going to get our pronunciation right, but figured that one out.
I am actually really impressed the way Cody Bullock's driving this track right now. I mean, he's sitting P3. He's been sitting there for a while, but it looks like he's really just counting his time. Like he looks fast, and it looks like he's sizing them up. It's just kind of like a boxing match. You're going to spend the first little bit sizing up, seeing what mistakes your opponent's going to make, how they're going to drive that corner, and when you can make your move. And if I had to pick a driver, I know we usually make our picks before the race, but I would pick Cody Bullock tonight.
Yeah, I think going to your point there, it looks purposeful. It's not that he's in third because that's where he needs to be. And he's fought through some adversity tonight. He got kind of little bit caught up in that first little incident we had. I've seen him get loose a couple of times, but he's driving it smart and he's always gaining back. And now you look and he's right on the bumper of Garrett Fox here, looking like he's trying to make his move. And you can just see the different strategies that these guys are using. Tyler Justice really using that low side, trying to stick to it, closing the door every single time. Garrett Fox was running a little bit higher, and it was looking really fast, but unfortunately, when you're running it that little bit higher lane, it opens that door because everyone's going to be looking to the low side there. Yellow flag is out.
I believe that it's going to be for the 58 of James Fox from the hometown of Ackworth, Georgia. Not local to Langley.
Not 100% sure where Ackworth, Georgia is. I know very little about Georgia. I know that I've been to Atlanta, and I love it, and it's a really fun city. And I know that when you start getting toward the parts of Georgia that are bordering Florida and it gets a little swampier, there's a smell.
I believe they blamed that on the paper mills. Yeah, 58 of James Fox just gets around a little bit and gets around again.
They are also calling this a stage break as well, so it was just a little bit of convenient timing there as well. Kenny Grant in the chat saying looks like he's just riding around. Yeah, man, it really looks like he's kind of just out for a little Sunday stroll, and he's just biding his time, waiting to see what he can get done out here.
I believe he's referencing Cody Bullock here, who we were just talking about.
Yep.
Yeah, he looks fast, man. He's starting to push up a little bit more in Garrett Fox now to kind of apply a little bit of pressure, if you will, to make his way to the front. I believe that was Garrett Fox that just took the pits there.
And that's all you really need to be doing here, especially on these short tracks. You're only halfway through this thing. So all you really need to be doing is showing your presence. You don't need to be fighting for that position every single lap. In fact, that's probably going to burn you up and cause something bad to happen. But as long as that person that's in front of you knows you're right there, you can challenge anytime, especially like we've been talking about. We go back to it again. All you need in order to make a pass here is to get your nose down low. And all it takes is someone to slide up just that little bit too much. We saw it happen to Garrett Fox a couple laps back when Tyler Justice got the lead back. If you slide up that track just a little bit too much, someone's going to get their nose down there and they're going to be able to make the pass.
Yeah, contrary to popular belief, there's actually a little bit of skill and strategy that goes along with the whole oval track racing. And what they're trying to do is really apply a little bit of pressure and make the person in front of them slip up. I mean, if I get on somebody's tail a little bit more, a little bit tighter, they're more likely to make a mistake going into turns 1 and 2 or 3 and 4. That's kind of what
Pace car is off. We are green flag racing again. Lap 53.
Cody Bullock with that wide turn. He's going to try to drive it out straight. But Tyler Justice gets a really good jump there.
He does get a good jump. And Cody was in trouble there for a second. He was almost sandwiched there in between that 13 and that 35 of Simon Grills and Craig Bontrager, but he got away from it well. You do have Craig Bontrager back there running in the 5th position right now. Looks like he kind of got caught on the high side just off that restart, but he's back in line now.
This is kind of what Cody Bullock's seeing here, looking like he's running in the 3rd gear setup here. I don't disagree with that. I love the strategy.
Is this a track where you're going to see people kind of downshifting out of it, or is it just going to stay in 3rd gear the whole way around?
It really depends on your setup. Some people like the downshift because when you downshift, it causes engine brake and helps your car rotate a little bit more. It could be a little bit slower on your straights when you're shifting back up, but I could see a second, maybe a 2 to 3 gear setup, or maybe in a 3 to 4, which seems maybe a little high, but you can see his RPMs right there on his dashboard. You want those RPMs to be maxing out right as you're hitting the turn. And it looks like he's got his car set up pretty well. He's pushing right back up on them.
Yep. Anytime he lost there, he's getting it right back. And that's nothing against Tyler Justice. Tyler Justice has been consistent. That has been his key to the race here. He's found his line. He knows what he likes, and he's been running the crap out of it. His time's been really consistent as well. But like we were just talking about, looks like Cody Bullock has a really fast car. Now we see he's making his move. He's got that nose down there. He's looking for it.
As long as he can stay there, he's got it secured.
Looks like that 85 car there right behind him, and Garrett Fox is going to try to follow him. It looks like he's going to get it done. Garrett Fox just got, or Tyler Justice, excuse me, just got trapped up there on that low side, and now it's a parade.
We were just talking about it. Cody Bullett's going to be your new leader with, I believe, 36 to go now.
36 to go. Got Garrett Fox right behind him. Craig Bontrager's running third. Simon Grill's in fourth, and Tyler Justice has slid back to fifth. Wonder if he's maybe saving something in the tank for later, or if he looked like he just got kind of caught up on that high side there just a little bit more than he wanted to. But this still isn't a bad position. We talk about it a lot on some of our streams as well. Being not in the lead, especially in a race like this, is not the worst thing. You can save tires, you can work on your strategy, you don't have nearly as much pressure car in the wall there up on the high side.
That's going to be James Fox, who got turned around. Looks like green flag is still out for now. I do want to cut up here to Craig Bontrager, who had some trouble earlier tonight, but he is running really good right now. I believe it's going to be...
He is, and he's gaining time.
Also trying that high line, coming down low. That's the kind of the line I was talking about. Maybe starting to seam higher and then coming down really low and trying to drive it out straight. It's going to get you a lot of good street speed coming through here.
This just seems like such an interesting, like kind of a thinker of a track, which is crazy to call a track a thinker when on Wednesday nights, as long as you can show up with a Ford Taurus and a helmet, you can get out there and go. But it really is, because like you were just saying, that high side has a ton of speed, and making sure that you can diamond it back out shows a lot of promise. But if you slide up there just a little bit too much, and whoever's behind you has their nose down there, they're going to be able to get around. It doesn't matter how much speed you have.
Yeah, and I know with the Legends cars, like, Bontrager's going to try to stick his nose down. You can use that yellow line right there for just a little bit of grip. It actually provides just a little bit of traction there for you, just the way the paint is on the track. So they might be trying to utilize that. If you go a little bit lower, it gets a lot more slick. You can try to utilize that to get some rotation. But if I am Cody Bullock or Garrett Fox right now, I'm not switching anything up. We're cruising, holding on to the lead. Garrett Fox is waiting to make his move here at the end. And Craig Bontrager is waiting for this all to happen so he can sneak in and take the win.
So I saw Bontrager look low a couple times here. It looks like he's maybe starting to think about it. And then we see, big move high to the 85 of Garrett Fox. Well, like Bontrager might be trying to go along with him. This would be the first time we've really seen someone go for a pass on the high side tonight.
I don't know if he's going to clear it. He's going to have to try to get his nose down on Bontrager. Bontrager's going to take that spot from him.
Yeah, I like the thought, and it looked like he had a run, but it's just so risky when it's so much easier to just stick your nose down there and make that pass.
Garrett Fox falls back in beautifully there in front of the 13 of Simon Grills. Way to protect that spot.
Really good move by him.
Oh, we do have a John Deere award. I don't know who it is, but I saw the grass.
I saw it mowing.
That's
big slide, around. Big slide. He caught it. Great job by him, but caution is out.
25 to go, caution out. I think only Garrett Fox maybe has pitted so far. As far as these guys running up front, I don't know if I'm See, this is the problem of being in first place with 25 to go. If you pit, people behind you might not pit right now. I mean, it's just kind of a hornet's nest to get through, to get to the front. Pretty tough to just drive your way up. So, I mean, it's a challenge here.
And you've been showing, if you're Cody Bullock, that you still have the speed, even if it is on old tires. But that doesn't matter. I mean, you still got Garrett Fox. You got Tyler Justice, Craig Bontrager. I know he had that little slide there, but both of those guys have looked very, very fast as well. They can definitely challenge. Looks like the 33 is coming down. Tyler Justice. Looks like Bontrager is going to be bringing it down as well. Looks like the 23, Brendan Trush, is coming down as well. We got 6 people in the live stream right now. I've seen it as high as 10 and 11. So thank you, everybody, for joining in here with us. We are under caution here in the Sunbelt Rentals Cup Series. It's their clash here at Langley Speedway. I believe the official full name is actually the Larry King Law's Langley Speedway. It's in Hampton, Virginia. If you ever find your way up there, you can see John's mother-in-law on an advertisement.
Yeah, I wish the board would pop up on the back. If you're looking for insurance in the Eastern Virginia area, there you go. I don't know if I should throw her name out in stream, but it's there.
It's there. You can look it up. Got Kenny's in the chat saying, I feel like that should have been a caution with the guy sitting in the wall like that. I believe you're calling the spin that we saw right before this last caution. I think they were getting ready to throw it, and then he cleared the car off the track. But that was about to be a caution. And Kenny's also wondering how the hats came out. They came out an absolute peach. They are being delivered to me as we speak, actually. So as soon as those get brought in, we'll get them up on the website. We'll probably also show them off on stream. Limited run. Again, you can check out napdaddyracing.com, not only for all of your design and template needs, custom or otherwise. There's even some free stuff on there you can go grab. But we also do have apparel. We have shirts. The shirts we get made by the order, so you can get different colors, different sizes. Pace car is off here. I'll continue my shameless self-plug here in a little bit. Great. Big run out of the 85 of Garrett Fox, being able to stick with Cody there on that high side.
He's going to challenge the high side, too. I don't know if he's going to have the run there. It's just so hard to get back out straight on these turns. That's 13 of Simon Grills moving back up to the second place spot. And look who is sitting in fourth.
Bontrager with the big comeback. And then we also have Tyler Justice on his way back up to the front. We've seen that a couple times tonight, John, with what we just saw happen to Garrett Fox. You can have a ton of speed on the high side. And it just seems like you can get up there, maybe you can get one good run. But if you don't have enough, which it doesn't seem like anybody has tonight to make that pass, you just end up getting paraded.
It looks like the 13 of Simon Grills is in the wall. There might have been a little bit of contact between him and the 33. Not exactly sure what happened. It might have been a little bit of netcode because I don't think they actually touched, but I know the 13 got a little loose coming out.
Oh, Bontrager's around again.
That should bring out a caution, and it does.
This thing must be getting slippery. It looked like we had a couple slips on the first couple laps, and it looked like it kind of warmed back up, and then now it just seems like it's starting to get slick out there again. Yeah, to continue our shameless self-promotion of napdaddyracing.com again, we do have shirts on the website. Those are made by the order, so there's lots of different colors and sizes that you can pick up. Very comfy, really great t-shirts. And then we are doing, at least for now, a limited run of hats. Those we got custom made, really high quality Richardson hats, custom embroidered with the logo and everything. So super, super high quality. But frankly, we don't make enough money to have a huge stock of those. So we are going to put out a limited run of them so that you guys can check them out and rep the Nap Daddy Racing brand if that's your cup of tea. And then if they do well, we will be sure to pick up some more. Kenny back in the chat, the 33 is on the move. Tyler Justice he wants that lead back. He led a good portion of this race earlier on. We saw Cody get around him earlier. I think Tyler actually kind of ran into the same issue that we've seen a lot of people have tonight, where you try to sneak up there to that high side and use the speed. Cody did a great job getting down low and making the pass, and he's been able to hold it ever since. But Tyler's on the move, and we've seen that he has a car that's fast enough to do it.
And somebody we haven't really talked about a lot tonight is Brandon Trush, but he is up 4 spots, sitting in that P4 position right now in the 23 car. I personally drive the 23 car myself, so I have some bias there, but 23 is fast. And Michael Jordan's number, so can't argue with greatness.
Yeah, definitely feel if you're running a 23 on the side of the car, you're feeling yourself.
And that's exactly why I run it.
It's like in hockey if anyone was to run a 99.
You got to show out if you run that in hockey. I guess it's the same way as playing little league ball and being the number 2 at shortstop, you gotta make a cheater throw at some point.
Yep. Here we go. Lap 89, 11 to go. We're back green flag racing. Pace car's off. Who's going to bring it home? Good jump out of Cody Bullock. Maintains the lead there. We got a spin behind him. I think he's able to get it out of the way. 3 wide at the front. 85. Looking low.
It's a good move by Bullock to squeeze him down, try to put some pressure on. I think they got a little loose coming out there.
Bullock needs to try to get that thing back down and fast, or otherwise Garrett Fox and Tyler Justice are both going to be able to make this move. You got Bontrager coming in fast as well.
That's going to make Garrett Fox your new leader. Oh, my goodness.
33 around.
Caution is out.
Bullock and Tyler Justice there were battling back and forth for that position. Well, it might have touched just a little bit, but I don't know. It didn't look like too much contact. Kenny Grant with the comment, short track racing, baby. This is short track racing at its finest.
I don't know if that was any contact at all. I think it was just hard racing by these guys who are all competitive and trying to be at the front. All of them believing that they deserve to win tonight and trying to show it here. It just happens sometimes when you're hard racing. But
yep.
I like the move.
It's a racing move.
Yeah, Bullock's making here. He's squeezing people low and making it really tough. It's nothing dirty at all. It's actually a very smart racing move to kind of squeeze somebody, apply a little bit of pressure like we talked about earlier. It's not just going left in a circle and moving around somebody. There's moves and tricks you have to do to make somebody uncomfortable to try to make that pass.
But especially when you're in a position like this, none of these guys are dumb. They know that the low side is where you make your passes. I think if I'm Cody there, I'm knowing the high side's not where I want to be. I need to get back low quick as possible, so I'm trying to drop back down and try to squeeze as much as I can because I need to get back in the low lane. Because all that's going to happen by staying at the top is just everyone's going to stick. You saw them doing it right there. Everyone on the bottom lane just starts to pull in a little bit closer to each other. They close that lane, and you can't get back down.
Kenny Grant, that's short track racing, baby. I need to get a soundbite of Denny Hamlin with his short track racing.
Which is hilariously ironic that you call out Denny Hamlin there, because this is where Denny Hamlin got his start.
Could you imagine racing with Denny Hamlin just before Denny Hamlin was Denny Hamlin?
And I think he won. It was a short track series here. Pace car is off. 5 to go. I see the lights coming in. 13 people in here. Green flag racing. 5 to go.
Garrett Fox with
huge
a crazy
jump out of Garrett Fox.
Look at Bontrager moving through too.
Bontrager's in the catbird seat here. He's got that low line. He's got around Bullock. Oh, big move out of Bullock. Oh, they're checking up everywhere. Oh, no. There's your big one.
I believe what you saw there was Bullock trying to straighten Bontrager up, knowing that he got into him just a little bit there, trying to tap the front end to keep him straight.
I did hear it come over the radio. Bullock apologizing there. Nothing intentional, but it is going to be unfortunate because we do see Bullock having to bring it down pit road. Looks like several other cars probably had some damage there as well. See some likes coming in on the stream. We got 13 folks in here watching with us. Thank you all very, very much for being with us. Again, we're going to be showing the conclusion here of the very first Sunbelt Cup Series here, broadcasted to you live on Nap Daddy Racing. This is their clash race. They are going to be racing here live every single Monday night, right around 7:30. And we're going to go to a green-white checkered here to close this thing out. If you are enjoying what you're seeing, make sure that you not only give the Sunbelt Rentals Cup Series guys a follow, make sure that you support them on their personal social medias, make sure that you throw us a like here on the stream at Nap Daddy Racing, make sure that you subscribe, make sure that you don't miss any of the other action that's coming up, make sure you throw us a follow on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok as well. We'd love to have you out, but man, has this been a fun one.
And look at the shakeup in the field too. Garrett Trush, I believe it's Trush, up 6
Garrett Fox
spots.
and Brandon Trush.
Yeah, Brandon Trush, I'm sorry. Up 6 spots tonight. That 23 car, we're just talking about it. Starting the outside line, not ideal for a restart on the green-white checker, but Up 6 spots. He's sitting P2, looking for a good finish here tonight. Grab a podium.
And if I'm him, I need a huge jump here because I need to be able to get back down to that low side. I need to be able to get down there quick.
I'm expecting him to group up really tight on this restart beside the 85 of Garrett Fox here and really try to time
Base
this
guards
restart.
off. Green, white, checkered. One more time. Huge jump out of Garrett Fox.
Looks like Brandon Trush spun the tires just a little bit. Keeps it straight, though.
He did, but he got it back low, which is exactly what he needed to do there. Time him, I need to stick down more to that low side there.
J Vault securing that third place. That 10 car, he gets spun around.
Big wreck behind him. Big wreck behind him. And they are just spinning all over the place.
And I believe that's going to make your winner, Garrett Fox.
It is. And oh, there, Trush went around there as well.
Brandon Trush going to pick up second place after moving up 6 spots. Tyler Justice coming in third. Let's see him burn it down. Garrett Fox is your first winner. He might just pull into victory lane.
Come on, burn it down, son. Give us a show. We got the likes flowing in again. 13 people in here. Appreciate you all so very much for being here for this first broadcast of the Sunbelt Cup Series. Got Kenny in there saying it looked like 8 had a great run at 35, didn't have any drive off at all. Yeah, it didn't look like there was anything, you know, suspect there. It just looked like they were kind of trying to straighten back out on a track that's this tight. You're going to have it happen. But big burnout, well-deserved for Garrett Fox. Did a great, great job tonight. Fought back. Lost the lead, gained the lead back, lost it again, gained it right back. Huge win out of him, and what motivation that's got to be for the season coming up.
I'm going to see if I can chase some of these guys down so we can get some interviews for you.
The likes flowing in here too. Thank y'all very, very much for that. Your finishing order is Garrett Fox in first, Brandon Trush in second, Tyler Justice in third, Cody Bullock in fourth, 13th was fifth place was Simon Grills in that 13 car, Jay Vaught in sixth, James Fox in seventh, James Fox the second in seventh, Craig Bontrager comes home in eighth, Craig Knoll in ninth, and Colin Dickey comes home in the 10th position for your introductory clash race of the Sunbelt Cup Series.
Yeah, man, that was a great race too. Just a lot to take away from that, a lot to add on to during the season coming up. It's going to be a good one, I think. I think next week we're going to Daytona for their first season race for points. Going to be a good one there as well. Pretty excited about it. A track we're a little bit more familiar with calling. But the short track racing, I mean, this is for us Nap Daddy guys. I mean, that's going to be us here tonight. There on Thursday night, we were also doing another broadcast at another short track. So I'm excited. We got a bunch of short tracks coming up. I'm a short track guy. What can I say? I mean, I like racing short tracks. Takes a lot of skill.
It really does. And I think the guys tonight did a really good job of showing off the talent. This isn't an easy track to race at like we were talking about. It's super unique. It's so short, only 0.4 miles, and it has hardly any bank at all compared to a lot of these other tracks. So it makes it super unique, super different for what these guys are going to be seeing a lot during the rest of the season. And I think everybody came out here and really showed their stuff. I was super impressed. I think this is a huge introduction for these Sunbelt Cup Series guys. I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with the rest of the season, and I think this league really, really does have potential to go a long way.
Absolutely. But enough with our rambling. Let's get our podium drivers in here. Coming up first, we have Tyler Justice, going to be your third place finisher. And I cannot pull him up. Well, in the meantime, while I'm trying to fix this, do you want to talk about our series sponsor? I know we don't have a official ad read for them, but let them know.
Yeah, we're going to be working on getting an official ad read done, but again, this is the Sunbelt Rentals Cup Series. Sunbelt Rentals, huge sponsor. Well done by these guys to get that sponsor for this series. Sunbelt Rentals is a company you can find all over the country for all sorts of rental, tool, construction needs. I myself have worked in the construction industry for the last 4 years and always had a really great experience with the Sunbelt Rentals guys. Really classy, know what they're doing. Anything from small residential all the way up to heavy industrial projects. They have everything you need, and they're all over the place. They're local to you. You can go down there and get exactly what you need. I know I myself have 3 different Sunbelt Rentals locations just within like a 10-mile radius of where I live. So make sure that you show them some support, especially for coming out here and supporting the iRacing community, supporting these guys. If you need any sort of equipment, tools for your next project or for your company, make sure that you're checking out Sunbelt Rentals.
And with that said, we do have our third place finish for Tyler Justice up here in the booth with us. Tyler, you got us?
Sir.
Tyler, man, that was a fantastic run. You were dominant pretty much the entire race. I know there was a little bit of adversity in the end there. Tell us about this track and what was your strategy getting around, entering the corners, exiting corners? I know it's tough here. What was that strategy like?
Yeah, I mean, it was really tough, really slick coming off, and even in the center, if you even clip that paint, you're probably going to go around. I just kept it in third gear the whole track, even though I'd hit the chip about 3/4 way down the straight, but by then it was a brake zone, so just made it easier for engine braking going into the corners. But it was fun. Wish we had a few more people, but I mean, it was still fun with the field we had. Yeah, led a lot of laps in the beginning. Just burnt my right rear up, and then got freight trained, then got caught in the back, and then made a stupid error in four and when I looped it. So, it happens, but it was real fun. Had a great time.
Yeah, it definitely made for some exciting racing there between you and Brandon Trush at the end, Garrett Fox, Bontrager making a move there, Cody Bullock. Was there any body in particular you were worried about, trying to squeeze more, trying to hold off? Anybody you saw in your rear view that was worrying you a little bit?
Yeah, the first half of or first part of the race, Garrett was pretty much sticking with me, and I was keeping an eye. And I think we traded positions, and then he had a snap, and we traded back. So he was pretty much the competition, and Cody was really fast as well. But I knew once I pitted at lap 80, I had a tire advantage, so I was hoping it would have stayed green, but I caused the caution on my own when I looped it. Um, so I thought pretty much if it would have stayed green, I thought I would have had it. But yeah, Garrett, Cody were probably the two I was worried about, and then my teammate Craig. He's always fast, so he was always just kind of lurking because I kept seeing him come up, then fall back, then come back up. So I saw he had a battle all night.
Yeah, well, you were, like I said, dominant for a good bit there, especially during that first heat race. I mean, just showing up and showing out. As we move to Daytona next week, how do you like your chances there?
Uh, I don't have the best luck at drafting tracks, but got a pretty good team with us for this season. We all work together in a different league, so we're all pretty much familiar racing around each other. Really good group of guys, and I can't wait for it, honestly. Can't wait to get the season started and get some points.
Sounds good. Well, before we let you go, anybody that you want to shout out or any sponsors you want to give out?
Yeah, I want to shout out to the league here. Just joined a couple weeks ago, and so far it's been awesome. I like the setup. Everything looks awesome how they got it set up. Shout out to the title sponsor, Sunbelt Rentals, for coming on. It's always good to have a great sponsor to help put on the broadcast, stuff like that. And then I also want to shout out team owner Rusty Rafferty and Rogue Energy Racing. Rogue Energy is an energy drink that helps with focus, helps sim racers hit their marks very consistently, and get 10% off with promo code RER. That's Romeo Echo Romeo.
All right, and we appreciate it. We wish you luck for next week. Congratulations on third place tonight.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all. Have a good one.
You too.
Appreciate it. Have a good one.
That's going to be Tyler Justice, your third place finisher.
And just a big shout out. That was a professional ad read out of Mr. Justice there. That was excellent.
I'm trying to get your second place finisher, Brandon Trush, in here now. But yeah, that was probably one of the better interviews I've heard. I feel like he's done that a time or two.
Yeah.
What can I say?
A lot of professionalism out of the boys. It's been, man, this is Every minute I just get more excited for this season. And I'm trying to keep it professional here in the broadcast booth, but golly, this is going to be fun.
Yeah, that guy's definitely got a podium a time or two before. But moving on to our second place finisher, we have Brandon Trush up here in the booth. Brandon, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you guys.
Brandon, that was a great run tonight. You moved up 6 spots for our biggest mover of the night. I know you had some trouble getting through the pack at some points, but found a way in that 23 car. I'm personally a little biased to the 23 car because I run that myself. Tell us what was going through your head as you were moving your way through.
I mean, we were in practice earlier and I knew I was not going to be the fastest. So just kind of getting on the track there in the race. And I knew I just had to buy time, keep the car together, stay out of the walls, stay out of the grass, even though I did do a couple of off-road jobs there. But, I knew the track was hard. Everybody was kind of struggling in their own ways. And just bought my time and ended up in the right place at the cautions and 85 there. I thought I was going to get him at the end and just put a little bit too much too soon and spun the car, but still got a second place finish, which we're happy with.
Well, absolutely cannot argue with that. They don't ask how you do it, they just ask how it's done. So, congrats on that second place finish. Can you tell us about the importance of protecting the low side of this track?
I mean, as you guys saw when I was getting sent to the high side off the restarts, I was just struggling. But you got to get down there and you got to hold that line or else they're just going to get right by you and push you out of the way. So getting down there was the most important thing for me. We didn't do it great, but we got there somehow. So we can take that.
Yeah, that was a lot of good jumps there at the end, a lot of holding on to it. We saw you make some really good moves to get down to the low side and really protect. I know it's tough racing out that short track. Do you think the track changed over the course of the laps with it getting cooler outside, track cooling down or anything?
In my opinion, it got better for me. I feel like the start was pretty good. The middle of that race, I was just struggling. I don't know if it was the track or me, but it just didn't feel good until the end there. And then that last little run, that green, white checkered, I mean, that's the best I felt the car all night.
Oh, well, congratulations on your second place finish here tonight in the first Sunbelt Rentals Cup Series race of 2025 here. Is there any sponsors or anybody you would like to shout out before we let you go?
I mean, we just got the Clem Speed Shop Carhartt 23 Chevy. So just those guys, a couple buddies. So just trying to get them some views and support them.
Yes, sir. We appreciate it. We will see you at Daytona next week, and good luck to you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, guys.
Good luck, man. Great job.
Thank you.
And that's Brandon Trush, your second place finisher, is going to be your biggest mover of the night, going up 6 spots to secure that second place finish. And for our race winner tonight, coming into the booth, we have Garrett Fox. Let's see, Garrett, you got a copy with us?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Perfect, Garrett. Man, you had a great run out there tonight, really pushing through. Um, we saw you try to take that high side a few times. Was that something you had as a strategy to see if you can try to shake it up a little bit, or what was your thoughts on that?
Yeah, well, I mean, really, I didn't have a whole lot of. The only strategy I had was just try to stay clean. I fell on my face early in the heat race and learned quickly how important throttle control is off the corner with it being such a flat track. And I just wanted to stay clean and stay out of trouble. And when I was riding behind Cody for a little while, and he was leading. And he was, I think his rear tires were probably starting to go away a little bit, and I could tell he was trying to guard the bottom so I could get a better run off the corner. And thought about trying it a few more times than I did, but it didn't end up working out for me. So I'm glad I did it early rather than late.
Yeah, we saw both you and Cody making some really good moves there. I believe Cody got to a little bit of trouble there at the end and sent him to the back. But between you and Cody Bullock and Trush and Tyler there, y'all guys were fighting and putting on a really good show, making it really easy for us to broadcast up here for our first night up here and for y'all's first race. So, I mean, that was a show for us. But I wanted to talk about, you were talking about moving to the corners. Tell us about driving with your feet here and using some brake to get around and some gas to get out.
Yeah, man. These I typically I love this track with a lot of short track cars and like a late model or a legend car or even an Xfinity car probably would be fun because it's similar to a late model. But But these cars are just a huge learning curve. They're a lot different than anything else. A lot harder to save when they kind of get out of line. And so I actually turned, my brake bias. It was pretty heavy on the front brakes, and trying not to lock the rears up, trying everything I could to keep the rears from ever sliding if I could help it, and just super easy on the pedal on coming off the corner. I couldn't tell you if I actually put it to the floor 5 times the whole race. You can't get in the throttle hard, and you have to really maintain your momentum while staying off those bumps and making sure you're not throttling up hard. So it's definitely tricky, finicky, but certainly a lot of fun once you start to get the hang of it.
Absolutely. And we saw you have a really good restart there on that last green white checker there. Was there a point in this race where you kind of felt like you had it in the bag, or were you always just kind of fighting for it there?
No, there never was. I was hoping. I know. I mean, I hate it for Tyler. He was really quick, and the 35 they were fast, Cody. But I was hoping that after they kind of all had some trouble that last restart, and they weren't behind me. I didn't know how the 10 or the 23 was going to be on the restart, and I was hoping maybe I could get a little bit of a gap, but uh, that 23 was actually a lot quicker than I anticipated, and he was right on me, so I was pretty nervous that last lap, thinking he was going to get to me, but I think he got loose and up in the Marvers a little bit or something coming off the corner, but. I'm definitely lucky that he didn't get to me, because at that point, white flag, it's fair game, and I told him that too. I would have expected the bumper, but I'm glad it worked out for me, and hopefully we can continue to do that when there's some points on the line.
Definitely going to Daytona next week. Kind of a, well, for me, I guess I always think it's kind of a toss-up track. But how do you feel about going to Daytona and utilizing the draft a little bit more than, I guess, what you would have to do at Langley?
Definitely a toss-up track for me as well. I historically like short tracks a lot. I like road courses, where there's tight corners and heavy braking and a lot of throttle control. I like that style of driving, but when it comes to any type of drafting track, I don't know if it's just because I haven't done it enough, but I can usually be okay as far as maintaining track position and whatnot. But when it comes to be completely transparent, when it comes to last, restarts with 10 to go and things like that, where you really have to be strategic about your moves. I'm not the best when it comes to the draft, so definitely a toss up for me. I've won a couple, and I've wrecked in a lot more than I've won at that style of track. So hopefully, like I said, hopefully it goes okay. And honestly, those races at those drafting tracks are just going to be stay clean and try to get some decent points out of the day. I don't, it's a toss up on anybody could win at any moment, and there's not really any kind of raw speed or practice time or anything like that. You're going to be able to gauge anybody off of. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, you and me both. I usually tell people it pretty much just depends which way the wind's blowing if I'm going to do good or bad at Daytona. But before we let
Yeah,
you
for
go,
sure.
any sponsors or race teams that you want to shout out here?
Yeah, well, first I want to thank Cody for putting on the league, and Simon J is a race control tonight. Those guys have put a lot of work into doing this, and I think we actually have quite a few more cars recruited. I think that they've got on the list, but I imagine people were probably not too interested in running this short of a track with this car, so I don't blame them there. But I'm hoping we can get a good field on the next few races and get some action in. So I want to thank them. I want to thank you guys for sure for running the broadcast, and us being able to, for people being able to get done racing and go back and watch it and kind of review how it went, and people at home to get to watch it. That's a lot of fun. So appreciate that. And then 5/8 Designs for paint schemes, and that's about it.
Yes, sir. Well, congratulations on being the winner of the class here and the first winner of the Sunbelt Rentals Cup Series. I know it's not exactly for points, but hopefully you can capitalize next week and keep that momentum going and get you some points next week.
Absolutely. I appreciate it. Thank you guys.
Yes, sir. Good luck to you.
Thanks.
And that's your first place finisher. Garrett Fox going to be taking away the first win of the Sunbelt Rentals Cup Series here at the Clash at Langley. Hard track to get around. I mean, that's just like all those guys were saying, I mean, there's just a lot of dynamics that go into it and things changing and just the way other people drive you. So, congrats to those guys. I mean, Craig Bontrager finished just outside the top 3, but that guy was fast all night. Ran into a little bit of bad luck coming out of turn 4 a few times. Cody Bullock also victim of some bad luck here tonight, but was very fast. Looks like that was going to be my pick for tonight. He was very fast. I thought he was going to pull it out, but again, just sometimes just the way the wind blows, the luck doesn't work out for you.
And that's the way it happens. But these guys weren't really relying on luck too much tonight. You saw a lot of thinking and a lot of processing going into what they were doing. Even continuing to try that high side. They saw the speed that was up there, but the low side was the real winner tonight. Anyone that could get back down low, get your nose in there, make that pass, or get back down and close off the line, that was how you were going to do it. Saw Garrett Fox get that great restart in the green-white checkered. Brandon Trush made a huge move to get down to the low side and at least give him something to think about. But great job by Garrett Fox. Great job by all these guys. I mean, that's just a huge, huge show out for your first race, especially here for the Clash. It really sets a tone for the rest of the season. I'm excited to see where these guys end up. I think this place is going to be rocking. Again, thanks everyone to coming in here and joining with us here on Nap Daddy Racing as well. This is our first foray into broadcasting off of our channel here for the Sunbelt Rentals Cup Series. And we had a lot of people in here. We got a lot of comments. So thank you all so very, very much. We really appreciate it. Be sure to be back here next Monday at the same time for the Daytona race. First race for points for these guys. I'm excited to see where this season goes, man.
Yeah, and if you're looking for good racing, make sure you like and subscribe. I'm not sure if like and subscribe is still this thing you do on YouTube anymore, but be sure to give us a follow here, regardless of how you do it. I guess I'm getting too old for this technology stuff. But yeah, if you want to see some good racing all season long on Monday nights, this is the place to do it. The Sunbelt Rentals is going to be a very good league. I think it's going to be super competitive. I mean, everybody was right there with each other all night, but going to be fun, especially next week moving to Daytona. Like these guys said, it's going to be kind of a toss-up, whichever way the wind's blowing. We'll see who goes out there and gets it at the end.
Yep, it's time to buy stock in the Sunbelt Rentals Cup Series. Time to buy stock in Nap Daddy Racing. A lot of exciting things on the horizon. We appreciate it again. My name's been Hunter Foley. I got Jonathan Smith up here in the broadcast booth. Be sure you check us out at napdaddyracing.com for all of your template design, custom or otherwise needs. There's even some stuff for free on there, so be sure you go check that out. Be sure to check us out. You can buy a shirt, hats soon to come as well, so we are super excited to see you over there. Be sure you come check us out for our own racing over on our TikTok. Again, Nap Daddy Racing on everything. Come give us a follow, shoot us a message. Thanks everyone for being in the chat and being active tonight. It's a huge encouragement not only to us up here in the broadcast booth, but to these guys out here on the track. Have everyone show up and show out for this Clash race, and to have these guys put on such a good show, have everyone at home viewing this thing to show up and throw so many likes and be in here. I know it's a huge encouragement to us, and it is to these guys as well. So thank you all very, very much. We really appreciate it.
Yep. And I have been John, and that has been Hunter. We will see you guys next time.
Take care, everybody. See you next time.
Welcome to Hampton, Virginia, home of Langley Speedway. A 0.4-mile battleground where only the toughest survive. Every lap is a fight. Every pass is a statement. And with the checker flag waves, only one be crowned the winner. Who will survive the bumping, the grinding, and the door-to-door action? And who will become the first winner of the Sunbelt Rentals Cup Series? Get ready for short track chaos. Live tonight on Nap Daddy Racing TV. It's the Clash at Langley. This isn't just any race. This is short track racing.